Hello everyone, and welcome back to the exciting conclusion to the Brave the Midwest event, the very first tour stop for the Greater Peoria Tour. I still have Ben with me, he didn't go anywhere.
I'm still here. You can't get rid of me that easy.
Well, we're still here at Bradley Park too, so this is the final 9. Man, this is a very scoreable course, a very enjoyable one too. One of the very first courses ever planted in the Peoria area.
Yeah.
And it's just a gem.
And just a beautiful day for disc golf too. We got highs up in the mid 60s, wind, but not doing anything too crazy, and it's just a good day to be out here playing.
Yeah, beginning of spring, beginning of the disc golf tour. Like it's refreshing, it's rejuvenating.
Yeah.
So being out here doing that. So let's get ourselves started on hole 10. Just a short 222-foot upshot effectively. Hank making it a little bit more difficult than it needs to be, hanging it out left.
Yeah,
but,
he lets that one out pretty early. It's not exactly what you're looking for. You do have the road on the right to be a little bit worried about, that we saw, I believe, Justin find in the first round, but ideally you're looking for something just like this and put it to about 4 feet.
Yeah.
That's a nice shot from Ryan, our current leader.
Yeah, he's doing a great job staying ahead of the field with a few strokes. Let's see how your forehand turns out here. Not quite as close as the first
Not quite
round.
as close, but still a putt.
Yeah. Good stuff.
And it looks like Dane's kind of taking the same play for me. Leaves it a little short, but slides up there. He'll have a putt. This was the basket that gave him a nasty spit out in round 1, so he's hoping to get some revenge there and put it in there. Yeah, Carson leaves his a little early too. That's kind of surprising. He's pretty precise on these shots normally, so.
Agreed. Yeah. I think people who are throwing that hyzer really want to make sure that the disc starts on the right side of the basket too, right?
Yeah. Oh man, that is such a good bid. Yeah, it feels like the one thing you can't do is put it in the road, so it's easy to leave it out and just, let it trail off to the left.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you really want to birdie this one. Got Dane here from Circle's Edge. Man, just leaves it a little bit low. And yeah, you can see the frustration starting a little bit there.
Yeah, it'll eat him up a little bit. And I know, we had mentioned before, he's a young player, 16 years old, sponsored by Prodigy, one of the sponsoring companies out here for the tour. He's got a lot of growth.
He's got so much potential, though, man. He can bomb, he can putt well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just putting it together, but he's got time, and yeah, he's going to be great.
And we don't.
No, we don't. We're old.
And decrepit.
Yeah.
Ryan, oh my gosh, creating more separation there.
Yeah,
so
that's a nice birdie to get.
Yeah. Thanks to our powerful presenting sponsors, Power Grip. Lots of P's.
Lots of P's.
PLD bringing Power Grip. So Power Grip is a brick and mortar store in Bloomington, Illinois, but they are also a huge European retailer. So we want to thank them for the magic that they're going to be bringing the tour. So we're moving to the next hole. It's another chipper 200-foot shot, par 3.
Yeah, another one, potential worry just because it's a little bit blind to the basket from the tee, but yeah, all these players should be able to put something pretty close, you would hope. Yeah. 2 options. You've got the righty forehand or the righty backhand play. That's kind of the more conventional straight play.
Yes.
Hank catches a little bit of the foliage there, but he'll have a long putt.
Yeah.
Dane.
That's what that forehand line typically runs into, is you end up getting a lot on edge, and then that hard-packed dirt that's down there, which it's all over the course, actually, will just keep you going into the
And this is an interesting play from Carson. I haven't... Wow.
I did a little shoulder raise. Yeah. It nearly clipped that didn't clip my head off, but I thought it did, but I was not expecting that. But yeah, he gets back there and...
Yeah, I can see the idea behind that kind of flex forehand, but it feels like the hyzer's just a lot easier.
It should be. Not unless you put it like that.
Yeah, when you make putts like that, it doesn't really matter, does it? Wow, what a putt. That's a little bit downhill from back there. He's going to have kind of a downslope on his footing. That's a great putt.
Mm-hmm.
Here we got Dane from, looks like about 20 feet. A little bit of brush in the way, but no problem for him.
Nice. Yeah, you definitely want to get on some birdies here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You wanted to start at hole 10 if you could, but 10
but
and 11.
Better late than never, right?
Exactly.
Especially with 12 coming up being a pretty tough one.
And Ryan continuing to score, too. So
Yeah.
I think you're one of the closest. You're just trying to keep in step with him to ensure he doesn't have free reign to the lead.
Yeah, with the couple strokes I gave up on the front nine there, I'm trying to, fight back as well as I can, but
anything in particular going through your mind at this point?
Not really. I mean, I don't really like checking scores during the tournament, and thankfully I have someone on my bag today. Shout out to Josh. So yeah, just trying to stay confident on the putting green, especially.
Yeah, Josh and Dane, both sponsored by Prodigy Discs, hooking us up with amazing plastic, and everyone else year round for a variety of different events. So they're awesome sponsors. All right, want to give us hole 12?
Yeah, hole 12. We've got 354 feet, par 3. Wow, that is a great drive from Ryan. You want to be moving as far left as you can at that 354-foot distance. You can do that with a skip or with a kind of pretty sharp righty hyzer that's going to be flipping up the whole way. It's a very technical shot for being, not that many trees or anything in the way.
Right.
Outside of the gap. And you're not going to see too many people put it much closer than Ryan did there.
No. And yeah, you need some pretty strong lefty forehand power to get pretty close, because
power that I do not have on my forehand, unfortunately.
Because that's the shot where you throw something flat. It has to be super overstable to get that left hand turn or the fade and a skip. So it just takes a lot of power. This flip up on hyzer is really where it's at.
Yeah, and he sneaks through the low ceiling there, but he's going to leave it. Yeah, you can see that was a great shot, but it's 50 feet right of where he needed to be off the tee.
Hank has the skill
He has the hyzer flip game that he can definitely put a move on this one. Kind of leaves it a little bit short and a little bit wide as well.
I think a fairway where maybe if you wanted to push it, a distance driver could do it. But
yep, I'd agree with that.
He's also just want to play it safe.
Yeah, Dane in a tough spot here, hitting first available. Looks like that's a pretty good scramble shot to get out and have a look to get up and down for bogey.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly not what he's looking for on this hole. And that's a little scary with the creek deep, but he stays up on the top shelf. He should have a decent putt from there.
Yeah.
Hank with the layup. That's a smart play from there. You want to run it, but it's scary.
It looked like he had a little bit of that.
He might have had a little run in him there.
But he's not faulting it for staying close.
Yeah, I don't even remember if I was running that or laying up, to be honest. It didn't look like a run, so let's call it a really good layup. Yeah. Carson's definitely running this, and man, with his up and down putt, he can kind of run these where a lot of other players can't.
Yeah, I need to talk to him. I need to get a little bit of that up and down, circle to lofty bit.
Oh my goodness, and Ryan with the putt, that is, wow. That's a birdie that you do not see very often. Going to be our only birdie on the round for this hole.
Only birdie of the event.
Only birdie of the event.
Yeah. It goes back to there was only one birdie like on hole 5. I think that was round 1.
Yeah,
so only birdie of the event.
Wow.
So.
Yeah, that's a... Yeah. He plays this course well, and man, when you're making putts like that, that's what you're looking for. That's a... that's a winner's mentality right there. Sorry, we've got a cat in the room here. We've got to... Get out. All right, we're back.
Commentator background. This is the blooper reels that I don't quite have access to right now. But
we got tap-in pars for us. Unfortunate bogey for Dane, but kind of all you can do after hitting first available.
Absolutely. NADGT, want to thank them. They are making every single one of the Greater Peoria Tour stops a qualifier event. So all of the top performers in every division will get an invite to the national championships that happens later in the year. So really grateful for them because this makes this an amazing amateur tour.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Hole 13 here, we've got 354 feet, playing slightly uphill. You can play the righty hyzer or the kind of lefty turnover or righty forehand flex. Mm-hmm. Basically just looking to take a fairway or maybe a mid if you've got a lot of power and put it as close as you can.
Yeah, that was a little early there from Carson.
Yeah, Carson's sneaking out early. That's not a great kick. The creek is off to the left, but usually won't come into play unless you get a really nasty kick.
Really nasty, yeah.
Hank trying to play this hyzer. Leaves a little high and not going to quite get the flip he's looking for. That'll play for par.
Yeah. Hank and Carson are like making minis out there.
Yep. And Dane, I believe this is a fairway from him, but just yanks it a little bit. He's parked for the short pin, but unfortunately we're not playing that one today.
We can move the basket really quick.
Yeah,
Don't tell anybody. Yeah.
Ryan pretty much just looking to get up and down here. Maybe give this a bid, but... Oh, yeah, he gave that a run.
I think he was really left, though. I think he wanted to hang that with a lot more Anheuser, because, I mean, all that little brush on the right-hand side stops the straight-out approach, and a little chipper forehand, it's hard to control that.
Definitely,
so.
Yeah. Dane catches a little bit of cabbage, but he'll be fine for his par there, it looks like. And Carson with a nice little forehand chip. He doesn't throw a forehand too much, but when he does, I think it's pretty effective.
Absolutely.
Hank laying up.
Yeah.
Probably the smart play, but we want to see runs.
Yeah. I mean, that's why we're here. We want to see it. Like, come on.
Come on, Hank.
Do it, Ryan. Put it in.
Ryan, that's a nice putt. That's the putt of someone who wants to win this event right here.
And he's on track to do it, so no one else really challenging him from a stroke perspective, and he's got the confidence, man, to just finish strong, so that's what you want.
Especially when I'm doing stuff like that to keep pace with him.
Ben.
That's not what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes, 2-round days take it out of you, so second round, same day, it happens. Oh, man.
Yeah, but definitely I was feeling the frustration at this point. I'd missed some putts on the front nine, and that one was kind of... Yeah, that one got me a little bit. Nice putt from Carson here. And it looks like Hank is pretty much just going to be tapping in as well.
Absolutely. I enjoy coming out here. This is just a fun casual course.
It's a great course to just kind of play, have a nice chill disc golf round, kind of.
But I've always noticed that when it's played in events, it has teeth.
Oh yeah,
it always comes back and
the
it
OB,
bites
because
people.
You don't play the OB sometimes,
right?
When you're playing.
I always play the OB. I don't know about everybody else, but
Hmm.
quick shout out to OTB, a fantastic online retailer, giving us some support with the player pack items, and 309 disc chuckers there on the back of Ryan. So
there you go. Hole 14 at Bradley here. We've got 276 par 3, pretty much playing dead straight. You got to be careful of the creek on the left that can come into play if you're a little errant.
It's bound to take at least one character's disc.
Oh yeah,
one player's. We're all characters.
We're all characters.
It's
a fun card.
Yeah.
Ryan put a nice move on his, and wow, that's a great drive from Carson, putting it nice and close. That's exactly what you're looking for. Looks like he's going mid-range there.
Yeah, I think he said that was a drone.
I think that sounds right. Hank, kind of missing the one tree you got to miss, and that is probably even closer. Showing off that hyzer game.
Closer.
I think this is putter from Dane, and it is not as flippy as he wants it to be.
I think I catch it. It's an A2.
Okay, there you go.
And yes, he's in the
He's in the creek, unfortunately.
And he does not really have much of a great line to get close.
I mean, that's a nice layup from where he is, but that's a... Yep, A2, you got it. But that's a tough shot.
No, A5. Is
that what that said?
That was an A5.
Oh.
I read that backwards.
Yeah, that's confusing. Editing. That makes more sense for the flight. A2s are really overstated.
Yeah, I figure as much. But, I mean, that A5 had some bite on it, too. So, which I know they do. They beat in over time.
Yep, so. That was a good birdie look from Ryan, but, yeah, he'd love to drop that in. Oh. I've got a birdie look as well, trying to get a stroke back, and we're sensing a theme for my round here, unfortunately, and it's not making the putts I want to make, so...
You'll get your chance. Happens.
Yep.
You'll get your chance.
I think, did we miss Dane's putt there?
Yeah.
That was for double,
and this is something I'll talk about. We'll be cleaning up here on the green. There are... Obviously, I'd say in the younger category, younger age players, there's a propensity for the youth to end up just taking less time when they get more and more frustrated. They rush.
Yep.
And not a problem, Dane, if you don't want me to record you, that's fine. But it's like I missed the first putt for that very reason. It just happened fast.
Yeah, and that happens everywhere. That's not a...
But yeah, just in general, when you feel yourself taking that cycle of frustration and really like getting angry about something, very rarely does that turn out to like sport focus.
Oh yeah.
And so you want to find a way to break that cycle. And having a caddy is a great way of doing that.
Definitely.
And things like that. So Underdog is awesome, not to glaze over them, and hole 15 is a nice left to right hand shot that you want some ground play to get close to the basket. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and Dane's just probably going to be firing something off here, heavy on hyzer forehand to get close to the basket.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like Ryan's going for the turnover play, which is definitely, it works, but it's a lot harder to execute than the easy kind of hyzer forehand.
Wow.
And it looks like that went way to the right. So he'll have, I don't know if I'll have a putt there. It might just be a kind of pitch up and down for par.
Well, I kind of know what's going on here, but we get to see some unique disc golf here coming up on the green. But
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. I listened to my caddy this time. He told me to throw the orange one, and I did. And thanks, Josh. Looks like Dane, leaving this a little bit wide, and yeah, that's kind of the one tree. If he misses that, he can get the big kind of couple skips back towards the basket, but definitely hung it wider than he's looking for.
Actually, an unsung hero here too. Not saying that was once again another fast play here from Dane. His dad's on the bag.
Oh yeah,
Jake.
His dad's great,
and he's fantastic. And I know Dane, if you're watching, you're probably like, he's just like that annoying Jiminy Cricket in my ear all the time. It's so frustrating.
There's definitely some fun back and forth, especially no offense to Dane, but if he gets frustrated at times, there's some fun banter back and forth between them.
Not to call him out, Dane. I think you asked your dad for a disc selection preference. He said something, and you're like, "No, I'm going to do what I was going to do."
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's okay. The father-son kind of camaraderie you get to, it's kind of fun. Just either hones you or kind of makes you work on yourself a little bit. So.
Yeah, we saw the turbo putt attempt there from Ryan.
Yeah,
definitely tough, but thankfully able to get that par up and down. And I actually won the CTP on this hole.
Woo! Well done. And I think a big sponsor for CTPs was Double Eagle. Yeah. So supporting disc golf in Bradenton, Florida, as well as in Central Illinois. Kind of crazy, right? But they're awesome crew doing good work. So thanks, guys, for kicking our way.
Yeah, they're great.
And hole 16, this is I would say a hole 12 on steroids where you're just trying to get as left as possible.
Yep, absolutely. You got the OB road deep to worry about, so you can't really push anything too straight. A lot of players are going to be kind of just playing this hyzer layup, maybe to get like a 60-footer, but that's about as good as you can get on it most of the time. Just something overstable.
Yeah, I'll actually pose a question. What do you think about a roller on this hole being
I've tried it. Yeah? I've tried it a couple times. The road deep comes into play a little too quick. It's hard to have something that's going to fight that hard left. I actually like the lefty turnover backhand more.
Okay.
Actually, I can get a mid-range out to the short tee and get like a long putt for birdie.
Okay.
Caddy advised me against it in the wind today, though. So
fair enough. Gotta appreciate those caddies. And just some hyzers, and it's a blind shot here from. I can't get much from the tee off position, but I figure it's a better frame of reference than to.
Ryan yanks that approach shot. I mean, he's got a bunch of strokes to play with at this point, so it's not too worrying. But definitely, he wants to be getting that up and down, kind of without worry.
He's like, the camera's watching me, and I'm about to win this thing. I want to be throwing good discs.
Exactly.
So. Yeah.
I'm just laying that one up. Not. We've got like 90 feet from here, so yeah, Dane's got a good run on that, but you can see, I mean, these were all good drives, and none of us have even really a look at all. So
Carson being the closest one right there, and like even so,
and that's 80 feet probably, so it's tough.
I'm not gonna be the one to say we should change it to a par 4. No, it's a true par 3, but it's that European par 3 category where you just have to throw that very unique shot that very few people have.
This is one I
give yourself a long putt.
Personally, I'd rather just see this one in short and have it play as a slightly easier 3 that still has some teeth, but more of a score separating hole for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it ends up, in the long position, everyone just gets a 3 for the most part, and then in the shorts, you'll actually see some missed putts and some comebackers and maybe a bogey or 2 with some birdies mixed in.
Exactly,
so,
good cleanups for, unfortunately, cleanup for bogey from Ryan, but good cleanups for pars from the rest of us.
Yeah.
He's bringing, we've got 3 stroke separation with 2 holes to play. Something could happen here, but...
It's possible, but it's relatively...
to see some sort of collapse or some... amazing play from one of our competitors here.
Absolutely. And speaking of amazing, we've got Great Lakes Discs.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome retailer in Michigan. They do a great job. And once again, more player pack support for these events. So, man. Hole 17, a lace job.
Wow, and he lands right by the basket and goes about 30 feet deep, it looks like.
That's so... the amateur thing is like, let me just hit the gap. I'll pipe it, but I'm going to hit it so hard that I'm going to be 60 long.
Yep.
That's Carson.
And Hank is, oh my goodness, trying to do the same thing.
Yeah.
We've got 330 feet here. You've got the creek on the left to worry about a little bit if you yank something, but not too much that's going to go crazy here. One tree to miss on the lefty skip shot line that I did not miss. So
and a perfectly viable line. Dane tried to take that. He went OB in the creek first round.
Yeah, and he's going mid-range here again. Oh, and that
slid
finds
under
the
car.
OB parking lot. That's unfortunate. Man. Yeah, you hate to see that happen.
I literally felt my heart drop into my stomach at that. I was like, Dane did both OBs on this hole.
Yep.
Right and left.
Yeah, that was tough. And Ryan trying to give us another ace run out here.
Yeah.
He'll have, looks like Circle's edge from there to try to get his birdie. Dane with the nice forehand approach. Yeah, that'll be manageable for him, about 20 feet from there.
Calculated, use a backstop when you can.
Yep, exactly. There you go.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm trying to run this, but don't quite have the juice on it, unfortunately.
It's all right.
Carson really wants this one to put even a little bit of pressure on Ryan going into the last hole.
Do it.
And there it is. That's such a nice putt. Sticking with the theme of just banging putts from all over the place for both of these guys you can see on screen here.
Yeah. Mine would like this one to stay on top.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, 2 strokes,
Mm-hmm.
it's not over.
No, it's not. And with hole 18, a 250-foot, straight shot or hyzer approach, it's not going to be too crazy, but you just don't want your confidence shattered before that. 2 strokes, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
anything
you said,
can happen.
anything can
especially
happen,
in the amateur field that we have here.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
There we go. I sneaked that one in, thankfully.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, and just a couple tap-ins left before our last hole of this first GPT event.
Yeah, and Ben, thank you very much for joining me through this journey.
Thanks so much for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, and hopefully it will not be the last time if we have more opportunities there. But I also want to thank all of you guys watching. I know all of this is pretty much done free, for free. It costs me a lot of time and effort, but I'm happy to do it for all of you guys as long as it's something that you guys enjoy. So thank you for joining us here for this, and let's commentate this very last hole here.
Yeah, 241 foot, par 3. You're pretty much looking to throw the righty hyzer out wide of this. We think it's a sycamore tree from the first round.
I think
we're gonna double check that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carson kind of showed the perfect line on that. That's what you don't want to do is hit the sycamore
How dare
tree.
you hit the sycamore
I know.
tree?
I feel bad for it still. Hank was a little inside, but he'll have some kind of putt. And Ryan, this is exactly what you're looking for here.
Oh.
That should probably put a bow on things. That's how you want to throw it.
It does.
Yep. And Dane, this is going to be kind of coming towards these wide trees, and he'll catch them. That'll be an interesting putt from there.
Yeah.
Maybe a little V putt or a little kind of gap cut or something.
Maybe some B-roll.
There you go.
No.
If you've been staying to watch the end of all these videos, maybe you know what's going to happen there.
Ah, spoilers.
Uh-oh.
Dang, I didn't think about that. And another.
And Hank, man, almost dropping that one in.
I think I've seen this before.
That's such a nice putt from Dane.
Yep, good cleanup. I know it wasn't the round he wanted. He went over par.
Yeah, he had
the
a tough
second
round, but
yeah, but great game. He's coming back strong for the rest of the season. I'm excited to see him.
He really did impress me with his attitude, even through a tough round. A lot of young guys you'll see, kind of they can throw a fit or something like that, and he really didn't. He's on top of his game.
Yeah,
it's impressive to see.
He had a little bit of that punkish attitude. It's to be expected, but the maintaining the outward visibility is good too. So
definitely
good to him, and good cleanup there. And yeah, we kind of brushed over it, but
yeah, Ryan tapping in for the victory there.
Yeah,
great, absolutely a great tournament from him. Just banging putts from everywhere. It seems like he was never off the fairway. So
yeah,
congrats,
think
Ryan.
People will be proud with 6 to 7 under every time that they're out here. So it's a solid round, and we had great competition from everyone. So thank you guys once again for joining us here for the very first GPT stop. So with that, Ryan's our victor, and then we'll take a look here at the rest of the leaderboard as well.
Yeah, let's see what we've got. Yeah, Ryan, followed by Carson, Hank, Steven Nicholson from the chase card, making a little bit of a move up.
too.
Yeah, staying in the tie for third. followed by AJ Jared. You can read the rest. I'm not going to go through everyone, but
yeah, and there's only a few more too, I think. Actually, no, this is only 11 players.
Was it only 11? I thought it was 13.
11, yeah. But we have MA1 players, we got MA40, all of the different divisions across 90 players. So anyway, guys, thank you once again. Stay tuned for McNasty. So we have a McNaughton event coming out and a lot more for this event, or this whole season. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll catch you later, Ben, and see y'all in the future.
Thanks,
Catch you on the
Payton.
fairway.
Yep.